murder had its cogs set in motion yesterday afternoon. Monokuma had gathered us in the park to reveal the newest killing motive of $10 million. Eventually, everyone began to leave the park. However, I was asked to hang back by our killer. The culprit had asked me to check out Eagle's Landing, a remote treehouse they had spent the past 2 days building. Unbeknownst to us, 2 people had seen Eagle's Landing. Alejandro, who had stayed in the park for a few minutes to spy on us, and Lightning, the case's victim, who likely just caught a glance before leaving. Monokuma's night announcement soon played, and so Alejandro and I left Eagle's Landing. The culprit chose to stay behind, claiming they had to lock up and take care of some personal business. Meanwhile, Lightning had spent some time talking to Heather at the hotel. But once the night announcement came, he got up and left the hotel grounds. With nobody else around to witness, Lightning made his way to Jabberwock Park at the Central Island. Though we don't know why Lightning had gone there. Heather claiming that she discussed potential ways to spend the motive money gives an idea. As Alejandro had noted, the base of the main tree was circled with traps. Lightning probably hadn't realized so much serious defenses had been set up, and so he stepped straight into one of the placed bear traps and had his ankle restrained. Getting caught in a trap like that would have made Lightning cry out, alerting the killer. Quickly grabbing their weapon, the killer came outside, swung their mighty hammer, and splattered Lightning's brain into paste. He died on the spot, but the killer now had work to do in order to cover up the crime. Using a large duffel bag kept inside Eagle's Landing, the killer wrapped up Lightning's body. Then, as everyone else was asleep, the killer returned to the hotel grounds. However, instead of entering through the main gate, they circled around the outside to find a crawl space. It turns out that this space was actually a secret entrance into the old building that was next to the hotel. Exiting from the floor panel inside the storage room, the killer made their way to the office, where the killer would finally dump both the body and the sledgehammer. At this point, there was just one more step in order for the murder to be fully completed. But it would have to wait until the next day, so the culprit returned to their cottage to sleep. The next day, the killer went about as if nothing was wrong. We didn't even realize Lightning was missing. Things were relatively normal until lunchtime, when the killer was at the diner. Scarlett had left the library and was returning to the hotel when the killer spotted her. This is what they had been waiting for, and so the culprit followed Scarlett back to the hotel. And when nobody was around, it's believed they used morphine in order to knock Scarlett out. Since the old building's entrance was unlocked after Lightning's body was placed inside, it meant that the killer could just walk straight inside instead of needing to use the crawl space passage. The killer proceeded to place Scarlett inside the office next to Lightning's body. Then, for one final measure, took Scarlett's student handbook to plant whenever it was convenient. This was done so that the killer could frame Scarlett for the murder, once we all realized that she had suddenly gone missing. With that, all the killer had to do was simply wait for us to find Lightning's body. A plan this complex could only have been done by one particular person. Sorry, Shawn. Looks like you lose! That's all I have to say about that. It's gotta be what happened.
Think I zoned out for a minute. Could you run all that by me again, Toffman?
Please, God, I don't want to hear climax return for at least 6 episodes.
Unless Shawn would like to make any objections. It seems that we're done with this trial, correct?
Topher did say we should go over the case multiple times until Shawn was satisfied.
We don't gotta do that.
Oh, does that mean...
Hey, Monokuma, just ask for the votes and cast your verdict already.
Roger that. Oh boy, it's the time I've been waiting for. Alrighty everyone, check your podium devices and place your vote. Don't forget, anyone who doesn't vote will be punished. Be triple sure.
You'd have to be a serious goober to forget to vote. Right, Bridget?
Shut up, man. I already did.
Who'll be chosen as the dreaded Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? be damned, that's 3 in a row. You know, you guys and gals should seriously consider going into law someday. However, I gotta say, I'm surprised that the vote wasn't unanimous.
I proved my innocence halfway through the case. Who's the dunderhead that voted for me?
That was me.
Why did you do that, you plank? You realize we'd have died if everyone else voted wrong, right?
I'm sorry. I just thought maybe there was one more big twist in the works or something. But don't be losing your cool with me. Shawn's the one who set you up for the slaughter, mate.
Indeed, Jasmine. If anyone should be losing their cool, it should be Shawn at this moment. After all, his plan was taken apart and his life is now on borrowed time.
What happened, Shawn? Why did you do it? I know Monokuma said he would give us $10 million, but no amount of money should make you want to kill someone.
Sorry, guys. Guess I goofed real bad, huh?
Goofed up? You're going to be executed for murder and kidnap. Calling those things a goof is probably the understatement of the century.
Yeah, was just trying to lighten the mood a little. I'm trying to think of how to explain this situation, but I don't know where to start. How about at the beginning?
Just let the man speak, Scott.
Now, I know it probably sounds crazy, but I wasn't trying to murder Lightning. I didn't want to kill him.
Warren? Don't tell me this was all one big freak accident, man.
Well, no. It wasn't an accident. It was self-defense.
You were defending yourself? Didn't you attack Lightning first, though?
Given the discussion I had with Lightning before he left the hotel, I'm starting to think Lightning went to the park to kill Shawn when nobody was around.
Funny, I had the exact same theory.
I thought that much was obvious from the start, no?
Apparently not, since nobody else caught on until now.
So, are you gonna tell us what happened or not? Because you're sort of wasting the short time you have left.
Right. Okay, the truth then. It all went down last night. Phew, thank God those two left. What to do? Whatever the mastermind is planning, seems they're busting out the big guns now. I wonder, could money like that be for real? It's 10 million for damn sake. Meh, never mind. Now, where'd I put that
Whoa! Son of a bitch!
Huh? What the hell was that? Alright, come on now. Who's out there? Who wants some?
I sure knew it must have been you.
What are you doing here, man?
Pretty schwanky setup. Kinda wish the security wasn't so sharp. Seriously? Be a pal and get this off of the Lightning's foot, would you?
You want me to help you? No way! There's a reason I set up all those traps. Eagle's Landing is my new safe haven. If any zombies pop up on this island, they'll never get me up here. Now, let me guess. You probably didn't come here in the middle of the night for a friendly chat, right?
Nah, man. I should came because I'm gonna get fucking paid a crisp 10 mil. Cha-ching! All I gotta do is kill someone, and I'll be owning the whole NFL system entirely.
You wanna buy all of the NFL? That's seriously worth killing over. I'm guessing you figured out you could take me on? Heh, not a chance.
As if a dork like you could take down the Lightning. You gotta want that money too. Think about it. You could have anything that your heart wants. You could probably even buy a country. Maybe. I don't know. How much are islands?
Not at all. There's nothing that's worth the risk. Sure, the money could... Well, it could let me build the survival bunkers of my dreams, but I'd have to kill someone, hide the body, plant a decoy to shift everyone's suspicion.
Exactly. It ain't that hard. You just gotta be smart and not get caught. Why'd you think I should choose to wait until everyone was asleep to make my move? Now, you're gonna take this trap off my ankle and make a little sacrifice for the good of the NFL.
Greater good? Just to confirm, you're saying you chose to come and kill me, yeah?
Goddamn right. But you ain't making it easy. Promise it won't hurt too bad. The lightning ain't no savage.
That's great. Real great. I'll be down now. Just don't move a muscle.
Is that it? Like, that's 100% how it went down. Don't get me wrong, it was all philosophical and stuff, yet you didn't exactly mention anything to do with self-defense, you know?
What? I absolutely did. You just weren't paying attention.
Gonna jump in here real quick. When you said you had no choice but to kill Lightning out of self-defense, I was under the impression there was an actual fight. A scuffle, maybe a skirmish at least.
Me too. I thought we were gonna hear about some Goku versus General Blue type shit. Suffice to say, my disappointment is immeasurable, and my night is ruined.
But Lightning told me outright that he planned to kill me.
He claimed he'd kill you while caught in a bear trap, with no weapons at hand. And while you had the high ground, you could have easily just left the park and returned to the hotel at any time. Yet you didn't.
No! I couldn't! It's not that simple!
Boy, is anyone else getting tired? I sure am. Methinks we've let Shawn yap long enough, eh?
Hey! Don't just use my favorite word like I'm not here.
Buckle up, boys and girls, because I think it's time we begin the bestest part.
Bestest part? You mean execution?
That's correct. A naughty little murderer like you deserves to go out with a bang.
To think, I was so close. My perfect zombie-proof bunker that would save humanity. But I let my own dream get in the way and did stuff I can never take back.
You might not be able to take it back, but you can at least take responsibility. I certainly won't forgive your actions, and yet I understand that none of us should even be in this situation to begin with.
Exactly. Killing Lightning wasn't justified, but it wouldn't have happened if we weren't in this twisted game.
You know, it probably isn't much, but if I'm gonna die anyway, here.
Whoa! A key? Wait! I know exactly what it's for. Secret buried treasure, baby!
Are you sure you're 24 and not 12?
This is just the key for the locks on Eagle's Landing. Nothing special.
You sure you want us to be going in there, man?
It's full of health supplies and food. Not as if I'm gonna be needing it anymore.
The offer is appreciated, Shawn. I'll hold on to that key for the time being.
Okay, enough with the heartfelt send-offs. Let's get started with the heart-pounding excitement. I've prepared a very special punishment for Shawn Healy, the ultimate non-survivalist.
Guys, do me a favor and get out of here alive. If not for me, then you at least gotta live so that the others before me didn't die for nothing.
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time. what a ride! I know health insurance ain't gonna cover him tomorrow.
Well, that's that, huh? I know these executions are pretty gruesome, but is it weird I'm kind of getting used to them?
Getting used to our friends being violently killed? I don't even think that should be possible, dude.
I don't understand. Why did any of this happen? Why isn't this all just a nightmare? I've never hurt anyone or done anything wrong. So why? Why must we be forced to die in such horrible fashions?
Take it easy, Ella. There's no good in admitting mental defeat.
What? Don't listen to him. Feel despair in its purest form.
Be quiet, you psycho. Why do we have to keep losing our lives for the sake of your game?
You'll all find out what I'm cooking eventually, if you survive long enough, of course.
Then I guess you better have a baller speech prepared, because I'm sticking around till the very end. Not for glory, or despair, or even hope. I'm gonna survive because Topher Wilson ain't no loser.
Ooh, such big and scary talk. What would this ragtag team of miscreants be without you? Huh, Topher?
Can we wrap this up soon? I can hear my bed calling for me.
You can? Weird. I don't hear anything.
Not literally, Lindsay.
All the fun's done for today. It's about time we wrapped things up. Feel free to head back to your cottages or, I don't know, whatever it is that people your age do. You'll all have somewhere new to explore tomorrow, so I gotta finish setting up. Sleep tight and don't let the spooky murderers bite. Wouldn't want to have 2 trials in one night, would we?
Fresh air at last. It's crazy how stuffy that courtroom can get.
You got that right. So much for the simulated sea breeze. Think there's anything left for us to do, or can we finally relax?
I've had enough social interaction for one day. Do whatever you want. It's none of my business. It's quite late. I say it would suit us best to retire for the night. Do you think you could walk me back to my cottage, Brick?
Me? Of course, not a problem. I'll ensure your safety is maintained.
Ooh la la, the beauty and the Brickster getting cozy together. Didn't see that coming.
Shut up! A real man never hesitates to come to a woman's aid.
Yeah, whatever.
Remember, dude, always bring military-grade protection when putting yourself to uncharted territory.
What are you talking about? Protection? Uncharted territory? Aw, come on, grow up for God's sake!
Just ignore them, mate. They're only trying to wind you up.
Merely some play to lighten the mood. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
You do? What could you have to do at this time?
Please, take no concern. I'll catch you up tomorrow, Depending on the circumstances, that is.
Hey, Ollie, come back! I called out as Ollie walked away, unsure of what he could be planning. Everyone began to disperse from Monokuma Rock, exhausted and worn out after the busy day. However, I found myself restless. In my head, Shawn's story was still in my mind. What was the true reason he had decided to murder Lightning? He's dead now, so I guess I'll never really understand his thought process. Can't help but think that maybe if we were all nicer to him, this wouldn't have happened.
What are you hanging around for, eh?
Huh? You what? Bridget, you're still here?
Yes, sir! Saw you doing that inner monologue thing again and figured I'd make sure you were cool.
Inner... what? I'm not sure I'm following.
You gotta know what I'm talking about. You do it all the time. Anytime you start thinking deep, you start miming like you're presenting an audience that isn't there.
I do? God, that's pretty embarrassing. Sorry about that.
What's there to apologize for, dude? It makes you, you, the tough man! If you ever got something gnawing on your melon, you can always come to me, man.
Thanks, Bridget. Seriously, it means a lot to hear that.
So, what were you thinking about? Tell your thoughts to the Bridgemeister!
Nothing major to worry about. It was just... I was wondering what Shawn's real motive was. Did he really believe that he was acting out of self-defense? Or was he just a nutcase?
Oh, I see. It doesn't really matter now since he's 6 feet under, right?
I guess not, but I still feel bad for the guy. We all treated him like shit since the first day, but after the whole roof thief incident, it felt like Shawn was starting to open up and was getting comfortable around us.
Damn. Pretty deep stuff, huh? You shouldn't dwell on it, though. Remember what he said before getting executed. You guys gotta live so that the others before me didn't die for nothing.
I hear you. Even though I can't predict what's gonna happen in the future, we all have to live on. And remember those who have been victims to that piece of shit bear!
Amen to that, muchacho! Now come on! I may or may not have a weed brownie in my cottage to split. You could do with a load off.
You know, in any other situation, I'd say no way, Jose. But I guess I still got some adrenaline from the trial, so... Andale, baby! Lead the way!
Seems nobody else is around. Time to get to work.
And what exactly are you up to?
Harold, I could ask you the same question.
You were being real shifty when you suddenly slipped away from Monokuma Rock. Obviously, I had to tag along to make sure you weren't getting into any trouble.
I am merely going back to the academy, to search for anything related to the mastermind. You need not to concern yourself, Harold. Now, be gone.
In your dreams! Either you let me come, or I'm going to tell everyone about you sniffing Heather's hair.
Compelling argument indeed. Let us be away.
Chapter 3. Blood shines, blood shimmers. Survived! 8 students deceased. 12 remaining.
It seems we finally reached the end of Chapter 3. It was an experience, to say the least. Being used as a tool and framed by a mentally deranged lunatic who avoided human contact like the plague wasn't fun at all on my end. Regardless, I'm obligated to ask all of you currently watching to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If not for Coyler, then at least do it for me. Please. Was that good? Did I do that?
You could have had more enthusiasm and pizzazz, but it was passable.
Well, excuse me, but last time I checked, you haven't done one of these things despite being, what was it again? The protagonist? Now, if you don't mind, there's a candlelit bath with a steaming cup of tea waiting for me.